And in what way does ESG movement then influence your industry?
Our industry is talking about thousands of products which are produced by suppliers, obviously. And to move into more regenerative types of economy, we need to make sure that we focus ourselves on the renewable part.
Our customers supply goods from the field. We sort them, we inspect them. After inspection, we clean them. After having done all those steps, we will integrate it in our supply chain.
For you as MEC45, is it the biggest moral ambition that you have?
I think it should be part of our behavior to make sure that everything that we do is measured against sustainable business.
This is Tail Supply Conductors, a specialist podcast about integrated supply chain management. We are all using thousands of chips per day integrated in all our devices and machines around us. And of course, we rely on top-notch medical devices when we need them in life. It's just two examples. The industry chain that goes behind all this is a very complex business. And in this podcast, I will ask the specialist of MEC45, a Dutch supply chain company, to open and present this world for me. My name is Maarten Bouwhuis. Welcome to Tail Supply Conductors. Here with me today, Bauke, CEO of MEC45, and Dennis Halberstad, Manager Project Management of MEC45. A warm welcome. We're going to talk about ESG, Bauke. Sustainability, ESG, it's becoming an increasingly important topic for companies. Suppliers demand to work with sustainable companies, of course. Other companies are proactively developing ESG policies. Are you developing an ESG policy as well?
Yes, we are. Well, we have developed an ESG policy, to be honest. You know, Maarten, a few weeks ago, I was fortunate enough to attend a lecture of Jo Mehaan. She is a professor, sustainability professor in the University of Liverpool. And she made a point in her first slides about 2035 being the point of no return. That's 10 years from now. And the point of no return being the economies are growing so fast that in 10 years' time, the Earth is no longer able to support that.
And the Earth is no longer able to bounce back. So if we emit more CO2,
correct,
then the Earth can't help itself anymore at the end.
Correct. So the point really is to make sure that we get away from doing less harm and move into more regenerative types of economy. And that's why we are at MEC45 now developing our ESG policy, also to help our customers with their ESG ambitions.
Mm-hmm. And in what way does ESG movement then influence your industry? Where does it hit your industry?
Well, our industry is talking about thousands of products which are produced by suppliers, obviously. And to move into more regenerative types of economy, we need to make sure that we focus ourselves on renewable parts, on refurbishing parts, to make sure that we do not produce them new, but that we use everything which is available to us.
However, I can imagine that your customers want the best top-notch quality of products, small parts, big parts.
That's correct.
But you can achieve that by having reused parts as well.
Reused parts are not necessarily less quality. We make sure that if we refurbish products, that the refurbished product has the same quality as the original product, actually, yeah.
Yeah. So that's about, let's say, the material part. But there's a CO2 part in it as well, very important in ESG, the warming of the Earth.
Yes.
How can your company work on that?
Well, everybody obviously has a CO2 carbon footprint type of ambitions. Everybody needs to report, but thinking about a carbon footprint is much more than only reporting. So we are helping our customers to reduce their carbon footprint. And obviously also MEC45 in its own business implements solar panels, electric cars, rechargeable cars. We have ambitions of being CO2 and energy neutral in 2030, that type of ambitions.
So but that's what they call the scope 1 focus?
Yes.
Trying to work on your own business and make it CO2 neutral. That's the most easy part. I think.
Well, that's a challenge in itself, I can tell you. But working on scope 2 and even scope 3 is obviously very important for our customers, but also our suppliers. So we constantly challenge our suppliers to deliver sustainable solutions to MEC 45, which we can include in our services.
And what is it what your customers are demanding for?
What we see nowadays is that sustainability is definitely becoming a top item on their agendas as well. And that's the reason why, indeed, we discuss this frequently with our customers. They have KPIs in terms of sustainability, and for sure, we as MEC 45 need to contribute to those in a positive manner.
What does it mean for the till supply management? Because in our first episode, you explained to me what you do with the supply chain, integrated supply chain, and you're working on the till supply of your customers. And how does this ESG conversation and sustainability trend influence that?
Maybe I can answer that to make it very concrete. For instance, over here I do have a disposable glove.
Okay.
This is something we supply to our customers in, I would say, millions of pieces. After use, it will be thrown away. So a huge amount of waste. What is special about that glove? It's biodegradable.
Okay.
So it's reducing overall waste, which is clearly helping us to make the world a better place.
And you made it green, so to let it be green.
We also have them in different colors, but we thought let's
prefer to sell the green one.
Indeed.
And it's the same quality, huh?
Yeah.
Does it feel good?
Well, I do not wear them so often, but it's the same quality as one
disposable one, which is non-biodegradable. I would say.
So this one is biodegradable.
Yeah.
What that means? You don't have to throw it away.
You throw it away, but it will vanish over time.
Oh,
so it's not creating waste.
You just throw it by the bio garbage.
Yeah. Correct.
Oh, interesting. And so there's no oil in this then?
You're right, yeah.
It's made of other materials.
Yeah, I do not know the exact bill of materials. That's something our suppliers are not revealing to us.
No.
But in essence, you're right.
Oh. So that is what you're working on then as an example?
Yeah, so proactively we are looking at alternative products which will help them to become more sustainable. Mm-hmm. Next to that, we are all, and that was also mentioned by Bauke, we are providing reuse services. What does that mean? Our customers supply goods from the field. What we do as MEC 45, we sort them, we inspect them. Like you mentioned, we need to ensure the same quality can be guaranteed when comparing it with a new part. So after inspection, we clean them. For instance, if those items would be used in a clean room environment. And after having done all those steps, we will integrate it in our supply chain to deliver new parts to them or as new parts.
Getting all those materials that you want to reuse, those components, that's often called mining, trying to get materials to you that you can reuse. Is that big enough already to make this to make this big enough for your customers?
Yeah, actually we are setting this up in collaboration with our customer. They have a huge supply chain, and definitely the number of items. We are talking about roughly 100,000 pieces. 100,000 pieces per year, which will be reused, and they expect that will grow to over 200k per annum. So it's definitely a volume they are looking at.
Yeah. Oh wow.
And Maarten, to add to Dennis, this is not a one-time reuse. So we have customers using all kinds of machine tooling, drills and that sort of stuff in their production process. So these machine toolings, we can refurbish, reuse more than 3 or 4 times. So it's not only a one-time reuse effort.
Mm-hmm. And it will save them money as well.
As well, yes.
The main reason is doing it for the environment.
Correct, but next to that is also giving a cost advantage, which customers do like, obviously.
That's a nice fringe benefit.
Yeah. On construction sites, for example, building companies, one of their big issues is packaging material. That's almost 30% of, let's say, the materials coming towards a construction site. How is that in your case?
Yeah, we are also looking at reusing packaging materials. We are also looking at the packaging materials itself. Behind me actually there is a box, which is it's not a typical box made out of carton. It's made out of grass carton.
It looks like a nice box made out of carton.
However, the carbon footprint to manufacture such a box is 50% less when comparing it with traditional carton. The reasoning behind this, it's made out of grass. Grass is everywhere available. So if you would compare the transit route from wood into, I would say, a carton factory, it's much longer than getting the grass into the factory to manufacture the grass carton, and that's helping to reduce the carbon footprint.
That's interesting. On the other hand, carton itself, we're reusing that all over the world and can be reused quite easily. So is carton the big issue?
It's not the big issue. It's helping, let's say. We are also having, for instance, plastic type of packages. We are reusing those as well. That means we are collecting those, inspecting those, cleaning, and those will be put into the supply chain again. Yeah. And this can be done multiple times, more than actually the 3 times which you could do for a tool.
To look at the in a strategic level, Bauke, you could say companies are doing it to check the boxes. They have to be sustainable based on all new legislation from Europe.
Yes.
Do you see difference in the market between companies that are doing it from, let's say, they want to be moral good, or they just want to check boxes?
Yes. There's all sorts. This is green and
real green and greenwashing.
What?
Real green and greenwashing.
Yeah, I would not say greenwashing about our customers, obviously, but we have customers who have more ambitions. And we also have customers, obviously, trying to tick the boxes of all kinds of directives, which is also good, because it focuses you on the topic. But to really put it in your policy as part of your behavior, to basically check and weigh everything against ESG ambitions, that is something that we see more and more in let's say, advanced high technology type of customers. Yeah. Yes.
Is it important that the market has the same measures for it, the same parameters?
It helps. It helps because then we can challenge each other on the same topics.
And for you as Mac 45, you want to check the boxes, or is it the biggest moral ambition that you have?
No, I think it should be part of our behavior to make sure that everything that we do is measured against sustainable business behavior. And I think it's also a strong point. And I would not say competitive edge, but it's a strong point for Mac 45 in its offering towards customers to help them with their ESG ambitions.
And can it be a competitive edge in the future?
It could be, yes.
Yeah, because those customers, that's what they ask for. They want to
and
have their suppliers.
And they get challenged by their customers, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
So different kind of businesses in the market, in the complete supply chain, are pushing each other.
Yes, but Maarten, it's also part of taking your responsibility in part of the supply chain. If we do not take responsibility and if we do not challenge our suppliers, then who does? So, in fact, I think that we as Mac 45 have a responsibility in this supply chain to support, let's say, our customers, but also to help our suppliers like I said before, not to do less harm, but to get into more regenerative types of economy. Yeah.
And is it nice to have as an extra add in your work to push your customers on the sustainability level?
No, definitely. And I think we all would like to do something good for the world, right? So definitely, for me, it helps, or it's a very positive aspect of the things we are discussing with our customers.
Yeah, well, nice. And it will develop pretty fast, because you mentioned 2035.
Yes.
Which is only 11 years away.
Yeah, I didn't know that, you see, but it's a tipping point. Yeah. And if we cross the tipping point, we cannot help the earth anymore. So, and this also is part of why people start working for a company. So if we get new employees at Mac 45, we know that they also judge us on our sustainability and ESG ambitions.
Especially the younger generation.
Correct.
Just ask you, what do you do for
Correct.
your ESG?
Yeah.
And if you don't have an answer, they won't work for you.
In applications, I constantly have to tell them, what are you doing about ESG? And then I need to have a story, obviously.
Yeah. Good. More than a story. You have to do it.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Bauke and Dennis. This was the podcast Till Supply Conductors. In our next episode of this podcast, we'll talk about AI for the supply chain, the high-tech industry. Interesting. Take a look on the website of Mac 45 for more detailed information, of course. My name is Maarten Bouwhuis. Thank you for watching and listening.